Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hi guys, my name's Maggie and welcome to episode 4 of In the Mix. This has been such a crazy, fun, amazing journey so far, and thank you again, as always, for sticking with it. It's still very much in its infancy, so it's really cool that I'm seeing a lot of really great feedback already, and it can only go up from here, you know? So I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor. That's right, we have a sponsor, super exciting. It is Original 13 Cider Works. They are an amazing brewery based here in Philadelphia. I have been fortunate enough to utilize their space for all of these videos so far, from the cocktail making videos to most of the interview videos. So I am really grateful that they are such a great partner. This week, I chatted with my very dear friend, Andy Warren. He is the drummer of a band called the Mowglis, who have now decided to part ways, but that's okay. It's been a great journey. So he's also a part of a group called Split Party. He also does some really cool artwork online with iAndy Draws on Instagram, so be sure to check that out. He has a couple new exciting music things happening soon now that the Mowglis have decided to disband. This week we made Pickletinis, nice and dirty, good little, sip and drink, which of course I will show you how to make next. So let's get into it. This is In the Mix.
Ingredients here, so
let's get into it.
Remember.
Yeah,
let's
sweet.
rock.
So I had to because I usually film this at the bar that I manage, so all of my equipment and everything that I use for this is from the bar, and I realized I don't own a shaker at my house, and I feel like such a bad bartender, so I had to go out and get a shaker to do this at my house, and I have officially I feel
now you have
like
one.
I'm a real bartender now. I have the cred.
You're better than me because I'm using like a kind of glass with the top.
Yeah, you have the topper though.
I got the topper, but I was like, fuck, am I gonna have to stir this thing? Because I'm like with martinis, I'm a shaken, not stirred guy. So
yeah, me too.
I'm improvising here, so
it's fine. It's all DIY. We'll get it done. So you're gonna start with the 2 to 2.5 ounces of vodka.
Tito's.
Vodka for dog people.
True that.
Gotta love it. And we're gonna do just a 1/2 ounce of the vermouth, dry vermouth.
Okay. So I have a funny story with my vermouth. I had to steal some from my roommate because
Nice.
I didn't want to take her whole bottle. So I poured it into a plastic bag, like a little sandwich bag.
Like a Ziploc bag?
Like a Ziploc. And I'm like driving around with this little Ziploc of vermouth for like half of the day. But I put it in a fancy glass for this now. So
great. So we're good.
I'm going to go a little lighter on the vermouth because I'm not the biggest vermouth fan. But totally I know it needs to be in there. Yeah.
I'm not an olive person, so I'm glad that we're doing pickletinis.
Cool. Me
for
too.
Sure.
You're into the pickles though?
I fucking love pickles, dude. I could sit here and eat this whole jar right now, and I might do that while we're having this.
We might be doing that, yeah.
Great. So so speaking of the pickles, we're going to do 1 ounce of the pickle juice. I'm going to do a little more. Why not?
Yeah, go dirty with it, you know. I'm using Bubby's pickles. These are the greatest pickles in the world for anyone that's into pickles. This is
I've never heard
pickle.
of them.
It's kind of like a fancier pickle, but damn, they're good.
I just literally got like store brand kosher baby dills, but it's fine. All right.
It's going to be delicious.
3 ingredients. That's all we got. And then we'll just shake it up because we like ours shaken, not stirred.
This is a mess because it's not a real shaker, so I'm like...
over the sink, yeah.
Yeah, over the sink, but it works.
Good. Okay. I am going to skewer some pickles.
Ooh.
As well. I got a fancy little bamboo skewer, and then we're just gonna pour it over. Oh yeah, that nice green color. I'm so into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Just weirdly drop a pickle in.
Totally fine. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for being a part of this. Nice to see you too. It's been so long.
It has. Oh my God, that's so good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm into that.
I'm loving this. I think I went a little too hard on the pickle juice, but that's how I like it, so it's okay. Yeah.
No such thing. We're chilling. It has been such a long time since I've actually seen you.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of the last time. It has to be at least
2 years ago?
2.5 years, if not. Oh, it would have been 2 years ago. It was when you guys toured with Mainland and you guys did the DJ set.
Yes, totally.
That was like 2.5 years ago.
Jesus.
Wow.
I know. Where's the time go?
I know.
Weird.
A lot has happened in those 2.5 years.
Yeah, so much in the world of music and in the world of the world. I mean,
the world of the world. Yeah. So, in terms of your music stuff, some things have changed.
Yes, the Mowglis have come to an end.
Yeah, end of an era.
Which breaks my heart to say. It was, for me, the most incredible 8-year run. I mean, I got to live my dreams, and that's the best thing I can ever ask for. So
yeah,
it was incredible. But I think, first of all, I have no idea what the future holds. We could be back. Who knows? But for right now, I need to focus on moving forward with new endeavors. We all do. That's kind of where we all come as a decision of a group. And especially with the touring industry, it's so weird and uncertain right now. I mean, we just don't know when it's going to be back for real. That being said, like if it comes back at some point next year, like, you know, I'm working on new music and reaching out to friends that still are playing, and I'd love to get back out on the road someday when it's safe. But for now, I'm just working on new music, and I have a new project that I'm excited about, and writing with other people, and it's been good because I feel like I've built a good little resume for myself these last 8 years, and so I'm
absolutely
use that now with other people. So yeah. Been keeping surprisingly busy through all of it. Yeah,
that's good. And I guess sort of felt like a natural ending as well. You guys were kind of always changing and shifting, and
we
seems
used to
like you were just it just kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller
until there was nothing left. We went from 10 people originally to 8 to 7 to 6. We were finally down to 5. And this year just revealed a lot of I think internal work that we all needed to do on ourselves. And we kept on being like, our team would be like, all right, you have a tour and it's going to be in July. And we'd be like, okay, we'll see. And then obviously like, no, like, all right, you have a tour. It's going to be in December. We're like, no, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And we'd be like, you have a tour. It's going to be in March. And we'd just be like, you got to stop telling us we have a tour, because literally we don't know if there's still going to even be a country left when this is all over.
Right, exactly.
It's such a crazy time that like it just felt like things kept on getting pushed back, and it looks like with some people or in music and shows that some shows I see happening. Some are doing it safely, some are not doing it safely. But it definitely, overall, the music industry seems to be taking this the most seriously in terms of like venues and shows are just not happening unless it's like some weird underground thing or outdoor thing. That's
right. The drive-through shows.
the drive-through shows, a lot of drive-through shows happening, which are safe and awesome, and I'm all for those. But like I've been seeing like footage of like I don't even remember this guy's name, some Christian artist in Nashville playing to like thousands and thousands.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's people like that are like kind of screwing this up for like the rest of us who are sitting around just like waiting for our industry to come back so shows can be real, because those aren't real shows. Those are people congregating, and you know we're all, it's like illegal. You know,
right?
Like, it's not cool.
Can't do that.
We can't be doing that.
But I will shout out NEVA, Save Our Stages.
Yes.
We need to donate to the arts and keep the
support
arts
them
alive and support live music.
I've already seen so many venues already like start to close their doors. It's so sad.
Yeah, some like iconic places.
Some great places, and I don't want there to be more. And it's gonna. I mean, there's no plan really, which is the scary thing for the touring industry. I haven't seen, it's like, even when it comes back, like, how does that look? Does that mean like Harry Styles is going to be playing like the smaller caps in a band like the Mowgli's gets kind of shifted to the side and playing like dive bars for like expensive prices at half capacity? Can you even make money doing that? There's so much uncertainty. So it's reverting really wild to watch. I hope we make it back. I hope they come back soon. I think we all miss live music. So yeah,
I was gonna say, like, especially a band like you guys, where there are so many members. Obviously now it's a more manageable number, but if you had still had your 6, 7, 8, 10 member band, and you're getting shafted to playing these dive bars and maybe not making the money you could be or are used to or whatever, like, kind of sucks.
It sucks, yeah. And on top of having to take a unwanted year off from it all, where you're having to get creative in ways to make money and collecting unemployment. And it's like, people are not, I think a lot of bands are going to not make it back. I think a lot of people I know a lot of people are already shifting careers. I know like drummers that play for some legit pop groups, like legit acts who are like, like this is a great paying gig, or it was, but I'm terrified to go back to this because like I can't see the growth, especially in the future. Like and so they're becoming like real estate agents, or they're becoming COVID compliant officers. They're like fully shifting their lives, and it's crazy.
That side hustle becomes the main hustle.
Yeah, it's nuts. And I don't know. I for like an artist like me, I'm lucky that the Mogas have been good to me, and I'm able to sustain and figure out my next move and not have to like go get a job at a Starbucks right now. I can make art and be about what comes next. But even when I have my new project ready to present, can I tour it? I don't know.
You have Split Party with Dave.
We're still a band. Dave unfortunately like caught COVID this year. And
I heard.
Yeah. So crazy. That was sad. And he's been kind of laying low. We've been sending stuff back and forth to each other, but like he's not really comfortable working in settings right now, like going to our studio together. He's just not comfortable with it, and I have to respect that. Yeah. So, I think Split Party will be back in someday. We have so much cool music that we worked really hard on that I'd love to continue to do. Nice, Pickle. But
I'm going for it.
Yeah, that's kind of like taking a litof breather as well, just with everything going on. I've been working on I guess I could say it here, my new stuff. I've been working with Josh from the Mowgli's. The two of us have kind of started a new duo that we're still discovering what it is, because we started writing and it was like, oh, these sounds like new Mowgli songs, but a little like more experimental. And we want to keep digging and see
how experimental you can get.
Yeah, like we don't want to release something that's just like, this sounds like the Mowgli's. We want to release something that's kind of new and unique. Or at least has a little more, just a little more of a different vibe. So we're being gentle with ourselves and writing a lot and working with different people and just building a stack of songs, and we're gonna see what makes the best kind of short form EP to present to the world when we're ready. But we're being gentle and just kind of trying to find our new voice.
Right. Now's the time to do that.
Exactly. We got the time to do it, so.
Nice. Well, I'm sad to see the Mowgli's come to an end, but like I said, it felt like a very natural ending. Felt like it was time. But, you know, the future is bright. Now is the time to work on new art. So I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's exciting to have a new chapter, and things are good now, and like because losing a band, losing a project like that is it was really sad, and like something, it was like processing a death or something in a weird way.
Right. No, I get that.
Yeah, so it took like a couple months of wrapping my head around it and understanding the reasons that we decided to do it. And then once I got over that hump, I was able to kind of focus on myself and be more excited for the future. And you can't dwell on the past. And my whole thing has just been like, failure is not an option. Like whatever I do moving forward, I'm going to put my all into it and, just try and make it the best it can be. And I'm excited about that.
Hell yeah. And you have your art project that you do.
I do.
Which is excellent. I love every single thing that you put out. And
thank you.
I'm biased because I've also commissioned you to do some stuff for me.
Those are fun.
It's funny. My cat's our kitchen has like French doors that can close, so I'm secluded from the rest of the house and not bothering my roommates and everything. And my cat keeps trying to break in to hang out with me, but he
must know we're talking.
The whole call. I know exactly.
He's like, I want to meet that guy that drew me as David Bowie, because that was a fun one. That happened to be the most. So like for people that don't know, I was doing a fundraiser for Black Lives Matter and drawing people's pets for them. And that one that I did for you, that David Bowie, was the most requested one. I drew like 4 or 5 different animals.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a very iconic image.
You were the first one. It is. And I kind of started getting creative with it and doing like different album covers and different like classic shots of him. But I did draw that one twice of like the Aladdin saying. It's classic.
It is.
And then I drew your chinchilla as
then Franklin as Ben Franklin, which is so funny because like that's not why I named him Franklin. But like when
is he named after the turtle?
No, I got him, and the day that I got him, I like couldn't think of a name, and I brought him home, and I was just sort of like staring at him. I was like, I think your name is Franklin. Like, I just like, it's the first thing that came to my head. And I was like, that's it. It makes sense. And
that's how it happens sometimes.
But now I'm like, oh, it is a Philly thing. Like, I live in Philly. He's named after a Philly guy. Like,
oh yeah. I didn't even recognize that.
Yeah. So like, he's not, but he is named after Ben Franklin. So why not?
Sometimes you just look at an animal and you're like, you're this. Like, there's no question in my mind. We've been, me and my girlfriend have been fostering dogs.
I've seen.
Yeah, it's been cool. And we've gotten 2 dogs, 2 forever homes in the last 5 days, which is the best feeling in the world. But these animals come in and they have like their dumb names assigned to them. That's like not even really their name. So we're like doing that game where we're just like making up a shit ton of names for these animals. Like we gave like this one dog Forrest, we had like 100 different names. We're just like trying them all out. We're like, oh, he looks like a Walter. He looks like a Steve. He looks like a Gravy. Like just trying them out on him until Gravy. But he got adopted today, and I found out they're going to be naming him Billy Joel.
Oh, that's cute.
It's a great name for a dog.
That is a great name for a dog, especially like a shelter animal. I love. My cat, I ended up naming him Bowie because he has 2 different colored eyes. So it just was like an obvious thing. And I love David Bowie, and like, of course, it's a whole thing in my life.
You're literally rocking the image on your shirt right now.
I got this. I have this tattoo. I have an actual like Bowie cat for my cat. I'm very committed to the bit.
Great.
But his names before I got him when his foster parents had him, he was named Beetle. Not like the band, but like the actual bug.
Like the bug. Ugh.
Yeah. And then I guess
Horrible
before they had him, his name was Spatula.
Okay.
I don't know why, but his name was Spatula. So, because like
I like that more than Beetle.
Spatula is a hilarious name for a cat, and I didn't know that was his name until I got like the contact info for his like microchip. So like the company that has him microchipped, like when they send me emails, they're like an update about Beetle, formerly known as Spatula, and I was like, what?
Whoa.
Who are you?
Beetle, formerly known as Spatula, is a hell of a name.
That, like, as a full name for a cat is pretty awesome.
It's like, that's iconic right there.
Yeah. But no, he's very basic. He's my little Bowie cat. So, but speaking of all of these animals, you have a foster fail as well.
I do. She's here somewhere. Her name is Peach. But, like, to be honest, like, she's a foster fail, but I knew I was going to keep her the moment I went to get her. Yeah, I mean, like, I was on tour, and it hit me. Like, I've always been a dog guy. I've always been the guy to watch my friends' dogs. I'm literally doing it right now.
Right.
And it hit me on this tour. I was like, okay, I'm ready. Like, I don't know what got into me. I was like, I'm ready. And my brother, like, met these 17 dogs on a hike that were all available, and he sent me, like, the woman's information. 17 dogs. I know.
So many dogs on one walk.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what? Like, and this lady's insane who had them all. It was very funny. But he sent me her information, and like from the road, I kind of started vetting the different dogs she had. She sent me a picture of Peach, who I wound up keeping, whose name was Charlie at the time. And I was like, no, like, that's not my dog. She was like wearing like a pink bow in her hair. And I was just like, that's just not the dog I envisioned. And I went to go meet this dog. Man, I can't even remember his name, but he was really cute. He looked like an Ewok. And we went to the park, and she had all the dogs there. She brought like all 17 with her, which was a trip.
Nice. Yeah.
And the one that I went to meet was like, he was just a little standoffish. He was a little afraid of me. And Peach like jumped in my arms instantly. Like, she was so into me and just like so charming. I was like, whoa, like, okay. And I always tell people, like, even with the fostering that I've been doing this last weekend, and we're trying to, like, you know, find homes for these dogs, and my one friend's like, oh no, that's not the dog. That's not my dog. And I'm like, listen, meet the dog, because you never know.
Yeah,
like,
you never
I envisioned
know.
a different dog for myself, and then like you just connect with the dog, and like next thing you know, that's your dog. Like, you can't really predict it. You just like, you vibe and you go for it.
But I know me. I know who I am as a person, and I would keep all of them. It wouldn't matter, because I will grow attached.
Totally.
Before I actually started like working at the brewery that I work at now, I full-time was a dog sitter, and I would keep dogs for like minimum 3 days or like maximum 2 weeks. And some of these dogs I became like truly like attached to, and I think they also got attached, and I was just like, I can't give you back. I know that I'm getting like paid to only take care of you for this finite amount of time, but like, God, I just want to steal you and take care of you for the rest of my life.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, even saying bye to these dogs that I've been fostering, I've had to, like, when I leave the house, like when I leave Jessica's house where the dogs have been staying, I'm like, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my last time seeing this dog, and like I'll do a cuddle, and I'm like, it's like it's a Band-Aid. It's really sad. I'm like, oh, I don't want to leave you, but I just have to walk out the door and not look back, and it's so far it's worked out. And then they find a new home, and like the feeling of not taking on the responsibility of a new dog, which is a lot, is nice to know that I haven't like walked into that again. But the best feeling is just knowing that like we found a home for these animals is so rewarding. So it's been cool, and I'm gonna probably do more. So we'll see. Yes, you should. Yeah, just keep it going. Does the chinchilla like give you shame when you like? Do you feel sad leaving it? He's a dramatic little prince.
and I love him to pieces. I do, but he is so melodramatic. So like he loves being held, he loves being cuddled. He loves like just sitting on my shoulder for whatever reason. He's like a little parrot. I don't know why, but when you are giving him attention, that's all he wants. He just wants you to pay attention and like love him, and that's it. But when you put him back into his cage, he's like, all right, whatever, we're done, I guess. And he gets sort of like scorned.
Complacent? Oh, yeah, weird.
And like he's just like bitter that you're not snuggling him or like letting him sit on your shoulder anymore. He
sounds great.
He's awesome. And if you want, I can get him because he's just in like 10 feet.
Let's see him.
Do a Franklin cameo? Absolutely.
Holy shit. He's bigger than I thought.
He is, he's like the size of like a small rabbit or football. Yeah. But he just.
Oh, he's awesome.
Sort of chill. He's a chinchilla.
Yeah, he puts the chill in chinchilla for sure.
He puts the chill in chinchilla for sure. What are you doing?
The ears, those ears. Do all chinchillas have ears like that? Is this special?
Yeah. Nope. They're just that weird, like, kind of mouse ear, but like kind of bunny ear. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Yeah. So he'll just.
He's a little camera shy.
A little.
No, he's not. He's actually totally into it.
Yeah. He's trying to find his best angles.
Yeah, he knows.
Mm-hmm. He's also the softest thing in the whole world.
Nice.
Yeah, Franklin will live for 20 years. That is the average lifespan of a chinchilla. Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
He is a commitment. I have committed to this animal. I don't know how old he was when I got him, but it has been about 3 years now. So he's either 3 or 4. I don't know.
All right, but 16 more years to go.
But I got 15 more years.
Yeah, well, that's fun. Yeah, I had a cat that lived to 24, and he actually was like,
Jesus.
That was the first big, really old. And that was the first big loss of 2020. He died this year in January.
Oh, shit.
And I got him in 4th grade, and he lived until this January. So that was a hell of a commitment.
That is so long.
Yeah. And he was an awesome cat.
Oh. God, I don't know what I'll do if my cat lives that long.
I know. It's like, damn, you're in for the long run with some cats. You never know how long they can go. So
maybe I'll have Franklin and Bowie for the same amount of time. We'll see.
It's possible. Get ready, you know?
I am. I'm committed. I'm going to put him back, though, because he's fidgeting now. Yeah, what else is going on in your life besides animals and music and...
Animals, music, art. That's it. The art's been nice. I'm trying to prepare a book of my drawings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
And it's kind of gonna be like a guess that caption game where, for those who don't like,
your caption game is on point.
It's all mashup based, so it can be sometimes a very simple mashup. I'm working on one right now. So an example. I'm doing like the movie Hellraiser, which is like the guy with the pins in his head, but I'm doing it with Helga from Hey Arnold, so it's Helga Razor.
Love it.
That's what we do over here. So
But
the book would be like that. So it would be like that image, but it wouldn't say the caption. And then I'm trying to figure it out. I think it's just going to be an answer key in the back, or maybe like the answer on the opposing page or something.
Yeah, you could do like multiple choice and see.
Yeah, it could be. I just wanted to kind of be like a game and like something that like you could like have on your coffee table, and it's like not super deep or anything, but it's just like a fun thing to flip through to take your mind off shit.
Oh yeah.
So
I'll keep that on my coffee table. Yeah, absolutely.
I think a lot of people have like been asking me, because I've been doing this for 2 years now. People have been like, "Where's your merch?" Or like, "What are you gonna do with all of this?" And I've never known. And like, truth be told, it's kind of like the interesting thing about like the artistic process, and like what I was saying to you about like my new musical project, where it's like we're trying to find our sound. And for me, it was like I was also like trying to discover like my ability as an artist, and like I was making stuff and posting it, but looking back on my shit from 2 years ago, I'm like, oh God, like it's so bad. Like I'm so happy I didn't print like 100 shirts with like one of my first designs on it, because like I've improved so much in 2 years. And so I'd much rather start, like now I feel comfortable at the place where I'm making stuff that I feel is worthy of being printed, or
making a merch store.
Yeah, making stuff, and like, you know, coming up with this book idea where I have 800 to pick from, and so I can pick my 100 favorites and, you know, put that together and actually be proud of it. And then the other exciting thing that I'm working on with them is we're going to make, I don't know if anyone saw with the Mowgli stuff, we were doing the match game. We were doing this game show.
I did.
Okay. So we were doing a game show, and it was super fun. We were doing it on Twitch. And so some of the people that I was working on that with were actually trying to make a game show out of my drawings, where it's like, guess, very similar to what I just said, but it's more like a slow reveal. So like the example that we had is like for 500 points, and then like it will be like just like the background of like blood, and then it will show like a claw, and then it will show a hat, then it will show red fur, and it says like, if it's Nightmare on Elmo Street, but like if you can get it by just the blood on the wall, you get 500 points. If you can get it by just the claw, you can get 200 points. Then you see like Elmo's eye, and maybe like you put it all together, you get 300 points. So
that's
something
cool.
we're kind of, it's going to be fun. Something we're trying to work out that we're going to probably do over Twitch, and then cut together a little reel of it, see if we can like get a few good episodes together just for a fun thing. And then who knows? This is Hollywood, baby. We know people, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with it. But it's fun to finally take these drawings that have been a very not intense part of my life, but you know, it's taken up a big chunk of my life. I've done a drawing every day for the last 3 years, basically. And but with very little, I do commissions, but it's like, I do it because I love it, but it's fun to kind of see how can I take this now and parlay that into maybe something that can advance my life a little further, you know, bring joy to others, and, you know, but with like a different way than just an Instagram, because an Instagram is so fleeting. You get those likes, and then you're on to the next thing. So,
yeah, it's so funny. Like I remember, I guess it was 2017. You guys were playing TLA with the main, and you were doing drawings for sale at the merch table, I believe to benefit your friend.
Yeah, it all started when my friend passed away, and it became a grieving, a way of grieving for me, because we were touring and I couldn't focus on the things that I usually focused on in tour life. You know, you watch a lot of TV and movies, and you dick around, and like we still dick around for sure, but like I was staying up late, and I just like had death on my mind, and a lot of things on my mind, because it's an intense thing to go through. And I found drawing just like super cathartic and peaceful for me. And then, I remember like me and you hung out that tour. We had a really awesome like night of drinks and talked about our dreams,
Tattooed Moms. Yes.
Love Tattooed Moms. That's been our
best.
A legendary spot.
One of the best bars in Philadelphia by far.
Maybe one of the best bars just out there. You know, it's like great food, good vibes. I mean, I'll always remember Tattooed Moms. And
you've toured the country more than I have, so that's a big statement.
True, and it's a big statement, but like
it's worth it though. Tattooed Moms is worth it.
And I think every city I can pick a bar that I'm like, oh, I love that bar in that city. But like if you asked me Philly, I would absolutely choose that place. And it became such a frequented place, and I have so many fun memories there just over those last like 3 or 4 years of visiting Philly. And that's kind of what cements it for me. It's just like amongst them all, because it's like cool. I can have a great time at like a bar in Boston and have like an incredible night, but like have I frequented it other times with like different friends, and
what are the memories?
Have I built other experiences there? Do I know that their curly fries are good? Like whatever it is, like
Tattooed Moms tater tots all day. I think most of the times I've seen you guys has been playing the TLA. And so like every time am at the TLA or driving past the TLA, I have a lot of associative memories with you guys for that as well.
Yeah.
And like, there's very specific things in Philly that remind me of us hanging out, of you guys coming to play. It's nice. It's really nice.
We played that place a lot. It's been a constant. Even which I guess will be our last Philly show, was there. So
yeah, crazy. Although I met you in Scranton.
Yes,
first
at
of all,
Fest. Yep.
It's crazy that like it was Scranton and not somewhere like Philly or New York or like major city. It was such a random experience.
It was random for all of us. We were just like,
I'm sure.
I was like, Scranton, does this like have to do with the office or something?
I will be honest, I wasn't even legal yet.
Crazy.
I was 20 and finagled my way in.
Well, that seems to be like a classic tale for many at concerts.
That's true.
It's very true.
That is
well,
true.
hopefully you didn't have any alcohol and you kept it safe.
Totally kept it legal and safe and absolutely did everything right.
I'm sure.
My mom and my grandparents watched this show. I absolutely did everything fair and legal.
It was all legal and cool.
Yep. 100%.
No drinking, just soda pops.
Just the good old soda pops.
Which everyone drinks backstage at concerts. It's a common knowledge. So.
Obviously.
But yeah, that was a fun show.
Cans of soda.
Literally for life.
Yeah, right. For some people it is, and I don't want to knock that, but it's...
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. And... But, I mean, touring is one of those things where they really do... If you have a problem with drinking, it's a very tough life because you are offered alcohol at every turn.
Right, because it's expected of you.
I mean, the venues will give it to you. Then the fans want to buy it for you.
Right.
And then even sometimes you just buy it yourself because you do.
Like you have to, yeah.
Or like whatever, it's a day off and you're like, I want to still drink. I want to go explore and have some drinks. And so I know for us, drinking was a very active part of the story, which was exhausting at times.
It's the one constant, no matter where you go in the country, though, is you can always find a bar.
It doesn't have to be that way entirely. You can still have a good time. I mean, I still drink a lot, but I'm more excited about like eating across the country than drinking. So
of course, yeah. I mean, every city or every region, at least, has its own thing.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite cheesesteak place? Cheesesteak
spot. Yeah, I was actually going to ask you that, but I'll tell you my answer. Then you can let me know what you think.
If it's a good answer, okay.
Yeah. Well, I've tried them all.
Tried them all? I'm going to do another drink while you're talking.
I've tried a lot of them. I'm going to also.
Right.
So the first one I ever had was at Jim's.
Yep, classic.
Which was very good.
Yep.
And then I know like the debate is like, oh, Pat's or Geno's or whatever, and
fuck Pat's and Geno's. I'm leaving this part in the video. Fuck Pat's and Geno's. They are not good. And everybody in Philly will tell you they're not good as well.
I know that too. I think it's just the touristy thing and that like
it is.
I remember like when
they serve.
When we first went, they told us it's either Pat and Geno's but like what you really want to do is you want to go to Jim's. So we're like, okay, Jim's must be the spot. Then I started learning like, oh, there's so much more to the cheesesteak life in Philly than like those places.
Right.
And this is going to also like probably get me shamed because like it's not like venturing that much further, but we go to Ishkabibbles all the time because it's across the street from TLA. And it's so fucking
not
good.
Not bad. Ishkabibbles is better than Jim's.
Yes, I like it more than Jim's. I've liked it. So like we've also done Tony Luke's.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, oh no, that's the best one in Philly. Like if you're from Philly, you know Tony Luke's is the best one. And it was fine. It was
similar to like
so greasy. It's so fucking greasy. Like the Ishkabimble one is like, there's just something like kind of, I don't know. It's just not that. It's not as intense. Like there's something that I can stomach about it.
Yeah.
Maybe you can help me with this because my favorite one that I've ever had, and Ishkabimble is just my short answer. But the best one I ever had, and it was next to the bar that is apparently like owned by Mac from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay, so Old City.
What's that bar called? You know it is?
Yeah, it's called Mac's Tavern.
Yes, it's called Mac's. Yeah, duh.
Yeah, Mac's Tavern.
There's a place 2 doors down from it, maybe 1 door down from it. I can't remember what it's called. But we went there and we ate a cheesesteak and it was so fucking good.
Sonny's?
Maybe. That's kind of ringing a bell. That sounds right.
I'm trying to think of Old City.
But maybe that's Sonny's though, because like that's close to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I know, that's just ironic. But it's Sonny. So like the name Sonny.
That sounds right to me. We went to that place and ate our cheesesteak. I was with Spencer, who was like one of the former Mowgli.
Yes.
And ate the cheesesteaks, and we were like, that was so good. Let's get another. And we instantly ordered another, and we ate 2 cheesesteaks in one sitting. So maybe we were drunk, but that takes the cake. I remember being like, this is the best cheesesteak I've ever had.
It's crazy. What I know about you is you're not a cheese person.
I'm not. Yeah, all these cheesesteaks didn't have cheese on them.
Oh, that was going to be my question. Was like, did you enjoy these with cheese?
No, I didn't.
They're steak sandwiches.
They are steak sandwiches, but there's like, I'm adding the veggies. I'm adding like, I really like ketchup
peppers
on
and onions and everything.
Yeah, all the peppers and onions.
My boyfriend likes ketchup on his as well, so that's not that weird.
It's weird. I mean, they offer it, but like, I wouldn't think like, oh yeah, let me put ketchup on that. But there is something nice about it.
Well, if you're not getting cheese too, you need some moisture.
I need some more flavor in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's yours?
So I went to college at a school that literally is the border of the actual city of Philadelphia and the suburbs. And so half of the campus is in the city proper. The other half is in a suburb. But there's literally one road that divides it from being city versus suburb. So when I was in college, my stepdad's dad brought me to this place called Mama's, and it is a pizza shop that is in this suburb where my college is. And literally, like, nobody knows that this is like the cheesesteak place. And I feel like it's sort of like a best kept secret on my part, and I feel like bad announcing it right now, but I think everybody needs to know, like, Mama's Cheesesteaks is the best. It's this little shop. It's attached to like a daycare center and like across the street from like a healthcare building, and like there's like it's so random.
Yeah.
And I have never in my life, I've tried so many cheesesteaks in the city and in other suburbs, and every time it is the best one. And even for leftovers too, which is another like big thing, is like, does a cheesesteak hold up if you don't eat it for 2 days? And this one always does. And they're enormous. Like,
nice.
They are, there's just, I can literally only eat a half, and I feel like I've eaten an entire cheesesteak.
I mean, my favorite thing, like I said, is eating on tour. And I've gotten pretty into like doing my research on places.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll dive pretty deep on Yelp. I'll make an hour round trip just to eat a place that has like 5 stars on Yelp. And it's always worth it. And those are like the memories that I hold like dearest are like some of these just like food adventures. So, and
do
also
you have a favorite pizza shop in New York?
Pizza in New York. Yeah, I do. There's a place called DeFaro's. It's in Coney Island.
Okay.
And it's just this like old ass Italian guy. He's probably been working there forever, and like
Yeah.
he literally pulls the pizzas out of the ovens with his bare hands. Like he doesn't use like any tools, and
That's
it's
how you know.
very simple. Yeah, and it's like very just simple pies, like nothing too crazy, just like one topping, single toppings, and he'll cut fresh basil over every pie, and it was just unreal. I mean, just perfect pizza.
Love it. Love it.
And I don't eat cheese, but I do eat cheese on pizza. That's my one exception.
But pizza's not pizza without
No,
cheese.
you need the melted cheese, and it's always good. I'm always happy when I eat pizza. So, but yeah, that's New York pizza. It's in Coney Island, and it's like a very special spot. My like most shameful tour food story. I don't know if it's shameful. It's just like kind of embarrassing. Is I love Nando's. I don't know if you have Nando's in Philly.
I fucking love Nando's. No, but I lived in London.
Okay, well then.
And so Nando's is literally everywhere. I fucking love Nando's so much. The closest one to Philly is DC. Actually, that's not true. The closest one is Baltimore.
So every time we're in DC, especially, I'm like, I
absolutely.
We had our bus parked in like the bus like the Union Station. Like so it was like this very like shady parking lot. But we were walking distance to a Nando's. And we were in DC for 4 days. We started our tour there. So we got there a day early, then we had our show, and then we had a day off, and then we had like some sound exchange party that week. So we were in DC for 4 days. And of those 4 days, I ate Nando's 3 days in a row. I'm like, when am I going to get to have it again? Like, it's only in these 2 states or in the UK. And when I was in the UK, I ate it a shit ton too. I was all about it. Chicken,
what is your Nando's order?
I get a half chicken with 2 sides.
Yep,
yeah,
me too.
I'll get a half chicken. I love the lemon herb sauce. So I'll do the half chicken with the lemon herb and usually like fries and mixed veggies or corn.
Do you get regular fries or peri-peri fries?
Yeah, the peri-peri fries. Yep. All about it.
Should. Yep. My next question then, if we're just going on this food journey, is what is the best chicken, fried chicken, anything? And also we talked about Nando's.
I'll leave Nando's out of this one, but Nando's is definitely up there. In terms of my favorite chicken I've ever had on the road, it was in New York City, New York City, in a restaurant called Barbuto, which is like a pretty nice restaurant run by this chef. I feel like I know it
somehow.
I think the chef's name is Jonathan Waxman. I might be wrong. Yeah, it's Jonathan Waxman. And it was the most glorious half chicken I've ever eaten.
Really?
And my friend from growing up lived in New York, and he's a good buddy, and he was like, we need to go to this restaurant. It's gonna blow your mind, especially the chicken. And it absolutely lived up to the expectation. And he was a little like hurt for money at the time, and so I bought him his chicken. And if he's watching or listening, he's doing very well now. He's a director for SNL, and I just want to say, you owe me dinner.
He owes you a chicken from Barbuto.
You owe me a Barbuto chicken, man. I'm ready for it when traveling is safe again.
Have you done any sort of local traveling at all?
In this pandemic?
Driving stuff?
Yes, I have. I've been going to the desert a few times. I went to Joshua Tree twice in the last couple months. And I went up north to like Petaluma, Cloverdale, like Sonoma County area, basically.
Yeah. Wine country.
I haven't been on a plane since the pandemic has happened.
Same.
I was lucky to tour Europe in January. And I was in Europe for basically the whole month, and we toured the UK and then went to Amsterdam and Paris and London for fun at the end of the tour, which was awesome. And then came home. We played a show in Spokane, Washington, which will, I guess, go down as the last official Mowgli show.
Wow.
Crazy. It was in Spokane. And it was
anywhere in the world.
Yeah. Spokane, Washington, which was actually becoming a hotbed for coronavirus at the time. People were talking about coronavirus. It was kind of more that phase where it's just wash your hands for 30 seconds, No one was even
February,
in February. No one was wearing a mask. It was just like, wash your hands, hand sanitize when possible. And I remember we went to do this show, and they had like a couple patients at this university's medical center that they were like studying, because it was like, oh, like coronavirus has like made its way into America, and like the few patients are holed up in Spokane. So we're like, damn,
Holy
like
shit.
that's crazy. And on that show, Katie actually said, she was like, you know, I have a feeling that our tour is just gonna get canceled, and like this is gonna be bad. And we were like, you're crazy. No, like no way.
Yeah,
that's not gonna happen. And like, oh boy, did that happen? Like,
boy, less than 1 month later, did it happen?
Yeah, it happened. And I was very lucky. I went to Vegas right before the pandemic hit, and I went to Disneyland right before like 5 days.
Hell yeah, fucking go out with a bang, dude.
Yeah, and like you would have thought that like Disneyland was a bad idea, because like it was like coronavirus was definitely on people's mind, but it wasn't like, you know, we weren't even in quarantine mode yet, so it was like, it's all good. There was hand sanitizers there. It wasn't that crowded. Everything was fine, you know. I'm so happy I fucking went before all the shit hit the fan, because it was so fun. And like, you know, Disneyland's still not open here. A lot of you know, California messed up reopening. They kind of reopened a little too fast, and
had to shut down.
Then they really had to scale it back again. So
yeah,
they're being extra cautious with the reopening. We've just gotten back like indoor shopping malls and like nail salons and hair salons. But like theme parks, music venues, movie theaters are like very low on the list and have no sign of coming back soon.
Safe. Although now there's been a spike in cases.
Yeah. Everyone's recently kind of getting a spike again, it feels like.
Everybody got comfortable with the limitations.
Yeah.
Really?
California is finally doing well, but it looks like the Midwest is really starting to suffer again right now. And I just don't know how we're ever going to get out of this, because I think like we just
wear your mask, people.
wear your mask, but I hate to say it, because I do want the economy open, and I want this could have been over in 3 weeks, and all we had to do was stay home, and like we did, but
not enough.
Then we didn't, and then like you know, like parties and like people after 3 months, everyone wants to fucking go out and do shit. Then social unrest, so then we're in the streets, and then
the Black Lives Matter protest only caused less than 1% of
I know. It's great.
COVID
no, because everyone was wearing a mask, because
everyone wore a mask and like had hand sanitizer. The whole thing.
I went to the big LA one, and it was incredible seeing how
I went to one in Philly.
I saw some Philly footage that looked awesome, and LA was out of control, and everyone wore a mask. Everyone was hand sanitizer and like safely packaged like pre-bagged snacks and like sunscreen. It was so supportive, but like there was not one person not wearing a mask. So it goes to show you how important wearing the mask is. I don't want us to fucking close down again, but if we just stayed home and our government paid us like $2,000 a week or whatever, maybe that's but you know, like $800
even
a week.
Even just the $1,200 that we got the first time, like give us that another time. Give it again.
I think that they need to pay us weekly. Just to
I agree, and that was a whole Bernie Sanders thing, which God, the one that got away.
Yeah, Jesus. What a horror show we're living in. We'll get through it. We're just, you know, the fact that we're so far behind the other countries is so depressing, and people are watching us and laughing at us because we cannot get it together, and our politics are a mess, and this election is a clown show, and it's just so depressing.
Yep.
It's so depressing.
And especially, well, first of all, go vote. Election day will be this Tuesday.
So if you're watching this, we're very close to a crazy decision.
If you have not done a mail-in vote yet, or an absentee, and you want to vote or whatever, please, dear God, go on Tuesday. Oh my God.
Go vote if you can. Your vote does matter. There's these decisions that we make as a community all start here. So it's really weird now, but it's always been weird.
Yep.
So.
Oh, there's a cat.
Yeah, this is Gonzo.
Hi, Gonzo.
He's
Bye,
sweet.
Gonzo.
He's out of here. Where's Peach? Let me get Peach in the show.
Yeah, I'll find Bowie. We'll get our pets in here.
Oh,
Right.
nice. Well, this is Peach.
This is Bowie cat.
Peach, you see the kitty? She cannot understand the zooms. Oh, yes, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
that's enough.
So funny. Bowie just lets me do whatever I want to him. So it's like I could just keep him sitting here. All right. Well, just kidding. I lied. Ha-ha.
Maybe he's a little camera shy today.
He heard her bark, I think, and got
Yeah,
freaked
maybe. Out. Did you scare them? But yeah, she's a good girl. She's been my best friend through the pandemic, and she loves me so much. It's been real.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Dog.
She's special. She's a special one. My little foster fail.
My headphones failed, so I'm gonna turn them off. No more headphones. Now we're just chilling.
All right.
What were we talking about before?
The end of the world or something.
Dear, please, everyone, just vote. Especially because this episode comes out 4 days before the election.
That's insane. Have you how many episodes of this have you done now?
You are my 4th.
Cool.
I'm very grateful to have people who are actually interested. It's because it is an independent thing that I'm pursuing. I'm doing pretty okay with this thing so far, and I feel like I've cheated the system almost. In like I'm just drinking on Zoom with my friends, I think, and turning it into a YouTube show.
Yeah, it's fun.
And I'm having a great time. I'm just eating pickles and having a great time. What a journey.
What a journey for us all.
We're just doing it.
And it's funny because, I'm sure if the pandemic didn't happen, maybe like this idea maybe this wouldn't quite have been like this. We're going through a real-time trauma right now. And we haven't even had the chance to process what the trauma, how this trauma is going to affect us when it's over. That's why I'm concerned about touring and like the music industry. Cause it's like, okay, maybe things open. Like, let's say we get out of the pandemic, but like, are people going to be able to handle being in concerts? Or like, what's going to even happen at a concert? Like, is someone going to take off their mask and be a dick and cough and freak everybody out?
Do you think that masks are just going to stick around as a cultural norm?
I think they will for a few years. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. I think, but I mean, people hate them here. Like, the majority of people are wearing them, but like, you got your anti-maskers who are fucking insane.
Yeah.
And like,
it happens.
I think that we are going to be having to wear the masks for a while, and I've gotten used to it. Like, I literally will be driving and I have my mask on still. And
same.
I'm like, I don't even need to be wearing this.
Have it up and I'm like, I don't need this. Phone, wallet, keys, mask. That's the out the front door must have.
And I wonder if venues are gonna or whatever, when bigger large scale
providing the
open.
mask is a good
providing them. I mean, obviously masks at merch are gonna be a thing. I know that the Mowgli's made a bunch of masks before we disbanded, and you can still buy them in our merch store if you need one. So if you want to rock a band that's not a band anymore on your face, but
you can still love a band that's not a band anymore.
Absolutely, dude. I've been getting hit up by so many people, and they're still wearing their Mowgli shirts and still listening to the music.
In any case, I'm very glad that I got to chat.
I just finished my drink, so yeah, this was great.
Pickletinis with you. Yeah. I literally finished the whole jar of pickles.
Wow. Insane.
There's still some juice in there that I might save for some extra pickletinis. But
some more teenies.
I ate all of the pickles.
I didn't even see you doing that. You kind of snuck them by.
My whole dinner.
Respect.
Yeah, so thank you. I really,
Absolutely.
like I said earlier, I am really grateful that I have friends like you who are willing to take part in this weird Zoom drinking thing that I'm doing. Talk show,
Yeah.
I don't know what to call it.
Totally.
But it's awesome. And you're awesome.
It's awesome. Yeah, you're awesome too. It was good to catch up.
Every time I try, it don't feel right. And when it don't feel right, feels like I've been wasting. I feel like I've been wasting time. Like I've been stuck here all my life. I feel like I've been wasting time. Holding on to everything we have, but are we too far gone? Running from the past, but now the lines are drawn. Try to carry on to a new dawn, sing a new song. Yeah. Every time I try, it don't